What's going on, guys? Auzio here and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I have a special video for you guys, and it is going to be how to start FIFA 21 Ultimate Team efficiently, or you could even argue professionally. The reason I say professionally is simply because I know a lot of you guys hop onto the web app, you open your starter packs, you don't get anything good, you push it to a side. Trust me, I was one of those people as well, simply because I didn't really care about a web app. I cared about 10 hours EA play. That was the one thing I always looked at. Now, talk about 10 hours EA play, I want you guys to use it to its full effect, pretty much, to the point where you are only playing games with it. Do not open packs. You can go ahead and open packs on a web app. Yeah, you don't get the cool animation and stuff like that, but you still get the exact same pack. There is literally no reason to open the pack on the 10 hours unless you want the animation. If you want the animation, go ahead, do it. Why not at the end of the day? But if you're going to sit down and do SBCs, objectives, sorting out your team, even trading on the console or even on the 10 hours, please don't do it. Do it on the web app, because it is so much better on the web app. It is ridiculous. So make sure you are only using the 10 hours to play games, rivals, squad battles, even foot friendlies. But the next thing I do want to talk about is division rivals. It actually changed this year. It's not the same as last year, and that is something I'm so happy about. But in the long term, it is exactly the same. That's the problem. At the start, it is so good, and I'll tell you why. With those placement points, placement games, if you play 5 and you win 5, you get put in Division 4. Now, the difference is, with Division 4, you get the 10k coins. Yes, they have got 10k coins now per each division that you actually get promoted to. For example, if I go from Div 4 to Div 3, I get 10k. Div 3 to Div 2, I get 10k. Div 2 to Div 1, I get 10k coins. Now, you can't sit there and be smart, you know, relegate yourself to Div 2, then back to Div 1, Div 2, back to Div 1, and think you're going to get the 10k coins every single time, because it's a one-time thing. But the thing that's super overpowered this year, and this is why I want you guys to do those placement games at the start of the year during those 10 hours, is because if you get into Div 4, you don't just get the coins for Div 4. You also get the coins for Div 5, Div 6, Div 7, Div 8, Div 9, and Div 10. So God knows how much coins you're going to get at the start of the year, because my God, is it going to be really good for trading on the web app. Now, you don't just have to play division rivals to get your placement games. You can also play squad battles. So if you're not a person that likes to play online, you don't want to stress it out too much, and you do want to play squad battles, you can get your placement games through squad battles. That's not that big of a deal. But the next thing I do want to show you guys, make sure you are doing this on the web app, by the way. That is on the 10 hours. This is going to be on the web app. The bronze pack method. With the bronze pack method, it's been a method for around, I would say, like 4, maybe even 5 years, something around there. It's been such an efficient method for, let's say, long-term profit. Short-term, it's alright. It's not amazing though, but long-term, trust me, it makes a hell of a lot of coins, and it does work really well. All you want to do is obviously do this on the web app. Make sure you are doing it on the web app. Open a 400 coin pack. Once the 400 coins opened, you won't get this animation on the web app. Make sure you keep that in mind. Just wait for the pack to open. Then watch this. You're going to get these players that's going to pop into this pack. You see that? Look how many players I got. Each player is going to go for around 200 coins. And these players actually do sell. So I just opened the pack for 400 coins. We have, what, a K coins just here? I understand stuff like fitness, fitness and all of those physicals, physical stuff that the coaches do. They're not going to be next year. So keep that in mind. All of this, unless it's like a really cool kit you want to keep, just quick sell it. Really quick sell it. With these kind of do sell, but not that much. You can quick sell it if you really want to, or you can go ahead and keep it. Now, not all of these are going to go for 200 coins. For example, perfect example, this player goes for 1.2k coins. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drop it by like 400 coins, because I doubt it's actually going to go for 1.2k. You want to get that money as soon as possible. You leave it at a 150 starting price, because quick selling it's around like 12 coins. So, or 18. There you go, 18 coins. Next player, you make sure you check it. This one goes for 200 coins. You want to list it for 200 coins. You want to do that with every single player. Make sure you are not listing every player up for 200 coins, because there is certain players that actually go for, oh, I was about to say 6k coins there. You had 6.9. This guy listed up for 200. You do not want to do what this guy does, because if you do, you are going to be missing out on a lot, and I mean a lot of coins. So I'll list this guy up probably for like 5.5k coins. Make sure to keep the starter price, because there's a lot of people out there that think they're getting a bargain when you see that 150 coins and you think to yourself, wow, I'm going to bid on this. But the thing they don't know is that you're going to get that 150 coins. You're going to make pretty much profit. If a few sell for 150 or even 200, then all of a sudden you got your coins back. That's how to make profit on the bronze pack method. There's also a different bronze pack method, and like in a different way, but you don't really want to do that at the start of the year. That's more for, I would say, late start or even mid-year. Now, the next thing I do want to show you guys is objectives. Now, with objectives, it's interesting because there's a lot of things here that you can actually do on the web app. For example, chemistry. With the chemistry, you can see here green links between players in your starting squad. Pretty much, it says. All right. All you have to do is get 2 players that's got a green link. Boom, you got 150 coins. Next, you got a perfect link. So a perfect link pretty much means people from the same nationality and the same club. So as soon as you do that, 150 coins once again. 3 perfect links. So you get 3 perfect links, same club, same nationality, 3 in a row. You're going to get yourself a sniper chem style that you could then go ahead and obviously apply on a player. I do not feel like that is tradable, so keep that in mind. There's also stuff like the basics. The basics is positioning, okay? Players have positions where they perform best. For example, if you put a goalkeeper into a goalkeeper position, they're obviously going to perform better than a person that's going to be in a striker position. If you do that, 150 coins. Make sure to do all of these, because God knows what you can get. There's a few packs they actually give you out of these. Squad management as well gives you 150. Squad fitness is not going to be in the game, so just leave that out. You got stuff like 150. You got stuff like small rare silver players pack. With these silver players, you can then go ahead and obviously do SBCs. But if you really want to, you can go ahead, and as far as I know, the upgrades SBC are actually at the start of the year. So you can put those silver players into the, I believe it's the gold upgrade, and then from there you can get uncommons, and from there you can do whatever you want with those kind of players. So another thing I actually want to show you guys on objectives is simply season progress. Now, once you do all these objectives like the foundation, you can even do season objectives. Make sure, as I said earlier, make sure you are checking these on the web app so it doesn't take any of your 10 hours away. And you can actually see some, like, let's say the daily objectives are fairly easy to do. You get XP through that. You can do play online, but there's also stuff that actually give you a lot of XP at the start of the year. It's not going to be now, so I can't really show you guys what exactly it is going to be, but there is stuff that gives you a lot of XP at the start of the year. But that is moving on to the season progress. Now, with the season progress, I believe they even do it nowadays. Yeah, they do. They give you 1,000 coins for 5 matches. Most likely, they will be doing this exact same thing next year. So, make sure you do objectives on the web app. You then claim this on the actual game, then hop into a game. Don't just go onto the game. Don't go onto the 10 hours, jump in a game, then all of a sudden you're not earning your 1,000 coins. Make sure you have redeemed this so you can get those 1,000 coins on top of your match earnings. But also they actually give you some packs, and these packs are untradeable, so keep that in mind. You got stuff like gold packs, jumbo premium gold packs. You get stuff like this as well, but this doesn't really matter at the start of the year. Just the packs really matter. I doubt you're going to get up to level 5 or even level 6 at the start of the year. If you do, you got the 2 players pack, you got the jumbo premium gold pack. But these packs, they can get you good stuff. They really, really can. They can get you uncommons. They can get you rare players. And God knows what you can pack. You can pack a Marcus Rashford, a Gabriel, a Saint Maximum. You can get insanely lucky. So now moving on to the PC, I do want to show you guys some stuff on the PC, because you can't show these kind of stuff on the Xbox simply because I've already done them. So this basic SBC you should actually do at the start of the year, simply because it's 850 coins. It's very easy to do. Player level exactly bronze. You need 3 players, min 8 chem. So literally stick any 3 bronze players in there that you get from the starting squad, and you get yourself an improved defense with a gold centre back player pick. Now, as far as I can't see like a max overall on that. So you could potentially pack yourself a Virgil, a Sergio Ramos. You could, God knows where else you could pack. You could get really lucky and end up getting yourself a usable card. But next up, we do have boost your midfield with a gold centre mid player pick. Once again, very easy to do. Three bronze players. You got min 8 chem, so stick any 3 bronze players. This one does cost a K coins. I'm guessing because of the position that you actually have to do it in. But once again, you get a midfield, it's a centre mid, it is going to be gold, and it is going to be a player pick. So you can pack anyone. These SBCs that you actually get at the start of the year are super effective, simply because if you get a usable card that's going to stick with you pretty much throughout the whole year, you're pretty much sorted in that position. You do not need to buy anything in that position. Go ahead and pack yourself, I don't know, let's say a Bailly, a Rudiger, one of those kind of players. I understand Rudiger's probably not going to be for a long time, but it's a good player to kind of start it off. Now, striker, you got yourself a gold striker player pick. This one is very easy to do as well. 9 chem, you got 3 players, bronze. So it's exactly the same thing in every single one, apart from 8 chem, and 9 chem. Not sure why they did that, but either way, the point is you do get yourself a player pick, and it is going to be a striker. Now, with this advanced SBC that I do want to show you guys as well, it's very effective, I would say, because these kind of packs are ridiculously good at the start of the year, especially because with these packs, they get you stuff like, let's say with this one, I understand this one, you can see by the price, it's very, you know, pricey, let's say. But with this one, you do get a mega pack, you do get premium gold players pack, you do get a rare mixed players pack, you get a rare mega pack as well. So these kind of packs could come out really clutch if you end up packing someone like Wilfried Zaha that at the start of the year goes for around 30k. When the game releases, it goes for probably around, I don't know, 31k. And then you go for yourself Marcus Rashford. If you end up getting someone like Marcus Rashford, he went for around 60 something k at the start of the year. Boys, I'm telling you, these kind of players, I wouldn't say are easy to pack, but they're more common to pack than people like Messi, the Ronaldos, the Mbappes, for example. But these people, these kind of players can get you a lot, and I mean a lot of coins at the start of the year. So I definitely do advise doing these kind of SBCs. Don't rush into them. Don't sit there and say, all right, Auzio's told you me to do these SBCs. Let's go ahead and do them. Don't do that. Make sure you have the right players. Make sure you do all these tips that I am giving you guys, and then try to do it for the minimal amount of coins. Don't sit there and, you know, expend a ton of it. Then all of a sudden, if you don't pack anyone good, you're going to be very disappointed, let's say. Don't do that. Because if you do, it won't come out well, and this method wouldn't be amazing for you guys. So next thing I do want to talk about is a bit of a risky method, and it is going to be marquee matchups and player of the month, simply because player of the months and marquee matchups aren't guaranteed things that you are going to predict. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to see what are the big games for the week. For example, Chelsea, Liverpool, Inter Milan and AC Milan. This is actually the first marquee matchup in the whole of FIFA 20, so it's like a perfect example. With Chelsea and Liverpool and Inter Milan and AC Milan, they actually require a player from each club. So Chelsea, Liverpool, min one player, AC Milan, Inter Milan, min one player. But when it moves over to the PSV Ajax, they actually ask for the players from the league. So this is where I kind of said, you know, it's a risky method simply because you're never going to get it spot on. And if you do, you got yourself one hell of a lot of coins, because if you manage to pick up a AC Milan and Inter Milan player for a good amount of coins, let's say, I don't know, 800 coins, they will probably rise to, let's say, 2 or even 3k, because it is going to be the first marquee matchups. While if you pick up an Ajax and PSV player, I would say they'll probably go down, simply because a lot of people are going to do the exact same method, and they're going to want to get those players out of their club as soon as possible. They're going to panic sell, so they will probably drop in price. They'll probably go up over a few days, but you have to understand, this is why I called it a risky method, because you have to predict the Chelsea and Liverpool, the Inter Milan and AC Milan game to require an actual player. Well, if you manage to pick up players for Ajax and PSV and Young Boys and Basel, you kind of screwed yourself, because they don't really need the actual player. So, as I said, it's a risky method, but if you guys want to do it, go ahead and do it, because if it comes out clutch, trust me, you're making a lot, and I mean a lot of coins. But the next up is going to be the Play of the Month. Now, with the Play of the Month, I know a lot of you, by the way, have actually forgot that Pookie was the first Play of the Month this year. Pookie, I'm telling you, the card was good. But was it amazing to the point where you thought to yourself, right, I'm going to get it at the start of the year? Even though it was quite expensive, because an 82 rated team is not cheap at the start of the year. I remember this card being around 40 to 50k, and we all know how many coins 40 to 50k coins really is at the start of the year. It's a lot, and I definitely would say probably try to avoid Play of the Months. The only reason I say that is because these Play of the Months don't get like a big enough upgrade to say to yourself, all right, these players are going to be in my team for a very, very long time. For example, Pookie was probably in people's team for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. I think I had a friend that actually had Pookie in for around a month and a half. I said to him, what are you doing? Why have you got Pookie in for a month and a half? There is literally no need. There are better players that you can get, and surely this late, a month and a half in, you should have enough coins for, let's say, one overpowered player to put in a striker position. You do not need Pookie. Even though Pookie was not a bad player at the start, he's not one of those players that you're going to think to yourself, I'm going to have this card for a very, very long time. It's a short period of time, and I definitely would advise try to avoiding it. But what you can actually do with the start of the years, I don't really tend to see too many people put too many SBCs that EA do when it requires an actual player from the club of the Play of the Month. So keep that in mind. Mo Salah just scored 3 goals, I believe it was yesterday, and he might actually get Play of the Month for the first week of FIFA 21 official release. That could be a card to look out for, but you also have to understand he's going to have a 3-star weak foot. Do you want a 3-star weak foot in your team for a very, very long time? Most likely not. So is he really worth doing? Probably not. But the one thing you can actually do while the SBC is released, or before the SBC is released, is to pick up Liverpool players, pick up Prem players, pick up players that relate to Salah. For example, pick up Egyptian players. All of those kind of players you can pick up. You could probably sell when the actual SBC is released. But once again, it's a risky method, because if it doesn't require those kind of players, you kind of screwed yourself. But the next thing I want to talk about is the big boys, Lionel Messi and another player called Neymar. You know how I feel about Neymar this year. The 5-star was a player that I had for every single weekend league, apart from like 1 or 2, I think it was. And I missed him in that 1 or 2, so I had to go back to him. But either way, Lionel Messi. With Lionel Messi, ignore this, by the way. With this right here, the 1.2 mil, I don't know, whoever you was that bought that for 1.2 mil at the start of the year, you got some cash to splash, don't you? You got some cash to splash. But either way, this is the actual price before the game comes out. And once the game comes out right here, you can actually see the price starts to rise. And this is the exact same thing with Neymar. So if you do end up picking one of these players up, or you do end up packing one of these players, you do not have to sell him at the start of the year. Make sure to actually keep him till, I would say, October 14th to probably October 17th, and then you can go ahead and sell him. He's going to be at his max price, and that's when you're going to get as much coins as possible. But I know a lot of you are not going to sit there and say to yourself, right, I'm not going to have Neymar, I'm not going to have Messi, Auzio. But this is where this actually proves that you can actually get players for cheap at the start of the year that's going to make you a bit of cash. So Semedo, for example, Semedo, boys, 6k, September 19th, when I believe it was Web App that actually came out. September 19th, you went up to what? What's it called? 15k, after going from 6k to 15k. And watch this. This is when the game was released. Wait for it. Why do my hands are not steady at all? Let's all be fair. All right, 20k coins, September 28th, when the game actually came out. Look how many coins he actually went for. Do you know why? Because there's a high demand for overpowered players, but at the current time, before what's called, you know, with the web app, the 10 hours EA access, people didn't have unlimited amount of time to play as much games as they want and trade as much time as they want. They could do it on a web app, but you know, it's one of those ones where it's always going to be better for me personally on the actual console. So with this being a thing, as soon as the game releases, everyone's like, okay, it's time to grind. It's time to go for as much games as possible, get as much coins as possible. And this is where you're going to see yourself making one hell of a lot of coins, especially with Tomato. We all know how overpowered Tomato was at the start of the year, and he rose from 6k, 13k, 15k, 20k. The game came out, boom. 40k coins, you're going to double, maybe even triple, depending on how much you're actually buying for. But this is not just Tomato you can do it with. You can do it with players like Lenglet. Now, with Lenglet, he was probably, I would say, one of the most used cards start and even mid-year. Simply because he was so good. He was so good at tackling. He was so good at, you know, running, catching up to players and stuff like that. For another example, web app came out. You got yourself 21k coins. You got yourself 43k coins, 48k. You see how right here, people start to realize, oh, Lenglet could be the way to go, to be fair. Because it's going to be one of those ones where on the web app, you're going to be searching players. You can search players on Footbin, Footwiz, Foothead, whatever, right? And you're going to say to yourself, I need to search for overpowered players. And if Lenglet is extremely cheap at the start of the year, people are going to sit there and say to themselves, I need to hop onto this. I need to get this player as soon as possible. As soon as they think that, even on the actual day of the release, boom, price went up all the way. You could even argue up to 96k, or I would say 92k. Let's bring it closer to the actual release. 92k, when you could have got him for 20, 25, 43, God knows what else. And this is what I mean, right? As soon as the game releases, and let's say a week after that, everyone that is going to be very overpowered or going to be very good, like Neymar or Messi, are always going to go up. So this is a perfect example when it comes down to packs. When you pack someone good, make sure to actually keep him if they are tradable. So if you pack a Marcus Rashford, you can sell him straight away. He will still go for a good amount of coins. But when the game is released, let's say 3 days after, they will go up in price. It's just as simple as that. They will always go up in price. So that is like the most efficient way, I would say, of making coins for FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. Boys, I hope you guys did enjoy the little video. It's just giving tips pretty much. I want to help you guys out as much as possible, because I know a lot of you guys try to rush into it as fast as possible and you end up pretty much screwing yourself, or you end up pretty much sitting there saying, I should have followed this when I could have done this. I did this when I could have done that. It just helps. It really, really does help. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and for now, peace.